LEX 18, streaming local news 24/7. Search for LEX 18 on your device.
Coming up on LEX 18 News at 6, an alarming water bill totaling nearly $1,000 for 1 month has a Bath County homeowner searching for answers.
I want them to hear that this has to be about accountability.
Plus,
we're determined from the beginning to put things back, but at times we didn't know what a challenge that was going to be.
1 year later, life is coming back to the Appalachian Artisan Center as the community continues rebuilding from the eastern Kentucky floods. And you'll be hooked into tonight's Positively LEX 18. One Boyle County man's wish is to fish.
We want to make sure that they continue to, live out their dreams.
More about the fishing trip of his lifetime as LEX 18 News at 6 starts now.
Good evening, I'm Nancy Cox.
And I'm Larry Smith. Glad you're with us tonight. One Bath County woman's water bill jumped from $34 to nearly $1,000 in just a few months.
She says she doesn't know how that could have happened and is turning to her local water company for answers. LEX 18's Rachel Richardson has more in our big story at 6.
Andrea Justice has been living at this home in Salt Lake for nearly 10 years. She lives with her son. In March, her water bill was around $35. Then from April to June, it increased first to more than $300, then to more than $900.
They stated that they had sent me a letter for a leak flag. Now, I get those daily digests that come through my email to tell me what I'm going to get. I looked through every single one, never got a leak flag email or a leak flag parcel mail.
From April to May, her statement says she used 28,000 gallons of water, and from May to June, 83,000 gallons. Andrea says the Bath County Water District suggests that it may be because of the pool water. Andrea lives with several medical conditions that she says keeps her away from home. She also noted that she hasn't used her pool since 2019.
But that would flood the entire neighborhood. I mean, that's multiple pools. That's only 17,000 gallons to fill that pool I have, and 83,000 gallons is what they said we used.
Andrea says when a tech came out, the meter wasn't running and there was no leak. Yesterday, she says her son got a disconnection notice, and today, techs came out to shut the water off. She was told she owed the full amount and past due fees of $1,004.80, in addition to other charges. She believes something's wrong with her analog meter, which was replaced with a digital meter in June. I reached out to the Bath County Water District and was able to speak with one of its co-managers, Mark Crouch, who preferred not to be on camera. Mark says that meters are tested every 10 years and they're read remotely and physically checked when they have spare time to be checked for leaks.
I did give her the Public Service Commission's number the day that she came in because they govern us, and I told her if they find something wrong, then we'll have to fix it. But as of right now, I can't see anything.
Now Andrea wants others in the area to keep a close eye on their bills.
Who wants to pay a $1,000 water bill? I would have rather there been a leak and something to fix so that I knew, okay, finally, all right, it was my fault, it was on my side, and I would have gladly accepted that. But it wasn't. It's on the water side. It's on the water district side, and it needs fixed.
Andrea is looking for more answers from the Bath County Water District and is hoping for a solution soon. In Salt Lake, Rachel Richardson, LEX 18 News.
We are still following breaking news we brought you last half hour. Police and the coroner are on the scene of a crash that has shut down outbound Russell Cave Road in Lexington. This is a live look at the scene in the area there of Faulkner Avenue. The roadway still shut down in both directions, and there's no word about when it might reopen. We'll keep you informed with the latest updates. Well, now to the latest developments from Washington, D.C., where Senator Mitch McConnell abruptly left the podium today during a speech.
LEX 18's Sean Moody is here in studio with more.
Hey, Nancy and Larry. Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell seemed to freeze up during an address in Washington, D.C. earlier today. He was just beginning to speak during a weekly Republican news conference when he stopped mid-sentence.
After finishing the NDA this week has been good bipartisan cooperation and a string of
Senator McConnell stood silent there for about 20 seconds until fellow senators checked on him and then walked him away from the podium. He returned a short time later and answered questions, saying he was fine.
Could you address what happened here at the start of the press conference, and was it related to your injury from earlier this year where you suffered a concussion? Is that you're fine? You're fully able to do your job?
Mr. Lee, go ahead, John.
An aide later told NBC that McConnell felt lightheaded and stepped away and said that the senator was sharp when he returned to answer questions. You may recall the 81-year-old was hospitalized back in March for treatment of a concussion after he fell at an event in Washington, D.C. We'll keep you up to date with the latest on air and online on LEX18.com. Larry, Nancy, back to you.
Okay, Sean, thanks. Well, the other big story of the week, of course, is the weather, and we're wondering how hot it's going to get and how hot it's going to feel out there.
Exactly. Yeah, today was pretty warm, and it's only going to keep climbing from here. That's what Chief Meteorologist Bill Meck tells us, and he has all the answer for us right now in your forecast.
Yeah, the heat is cranking up, so we have really dodged most of it through a good chunk of the summer season. We're past the halfway point, and this is going to be our first prolonged heat wave. Got going for you today, and it's going to continue through the rest of the week. Heat index numbers, that's a combination of the heat and humidity. 100 in Ashland, Flemingsburg's at 99, Danville 95, Lexington sits at a 95 heat index, Richmond and Mount Sterling 97. Again, plenty hot out there. Air temperatures upper 80s to around 90 as we look around. London's at 91, Williamsburg 90, so is Somerset. You've got the 88 right now in Lexington, same in Danville. When you look at the mugginess, it's in the low 70s, so yeah, it's just plenty sticky outside. So that's the combination that makes it feel so hot out there. Little sprinkle, western part of Anderson County, potentially that may not be even reaching the ground. Future track as we go through the night, you're going to see a little dying line of showers, but then in the hours well after midnight, we could actually pop up some thunderstorms. So the chance that a thunder is up there for you tomorrow morning, you may hear it, and that'll be with us early tomorrow. That heads off to the east, and all it does in its wake is leave heat and humidity that we're going to have to deal with. By 11 o'clock, temperatures already in the mid-80s, on our way to highs tomorrow in the low 90s. There's your heat index that by tomorrow afternoon could be up around 100. And we're just getting started. We'll talk about the rest of the heat in just a minute.
All right, Bill, thanks for that. Well, you know, not many Kentucky towns can boast of a robust artisan center, let alone an organization that develops the economy and that has the support from the likes of Chris Stapleton, a center that also aids in addiction recovery through the building of instruments.
But that's the Appalachian Artisan Center, and for Hindman, Kentucky, it's more than something to be proud of. It's a lifeline, one that was tragically impacted by last year's flooding. Megan Mannering takes a look at how far they've come in a year.
Well, nobody that I've ever talked to has ever seen a flood like this.
As water tore through Main Street, shattering storefronts, carrying away homes, even taking lives, a community fell apart.
This was a 1,000-year flood. Nobody could be prepared for it.
Randy Campbell thanks God his family survived, but his passion directing the Appalachian Artisan Center, well, that looks different these days.
All 4 of the facilities were just destroyed. It was just awful.
Today he takes inventory of some of the historical instruments that made it.
As you can see, they are coated with flood mud. Just heartbreaking.
From dulcimers to displays, pottery wheels and paintings, layers of muck and months of uncertainty coated everything.
It was very strange coming in and seeing the front windows were busted out, and that's pretty much how every single business on Main Street was.
Artistic director Renee Anderson can neither quantify the items destroyed nor the hours of work they'll never get back.
It was just very overwhelming walking in and seeing like all of my programming that I work with every single day is like completely wiped out.
When flooding ravaged the Appalachian Artisan Center and its other facilities in town, it did more than cut off a cultural lifeline. It destroyed a safe haven for so many.
It was really devastating because not only did I lose my home, I was afraid that I'd lost my job as well.
Nathan Smith, before he began building guitars at the center, is a different Nathan Smith now.
It keeps me busy, keeps me focused, keeps me on the right track. I've been here a little over 4 years, and I've been cleaning sober for 6 years now. So this kind of is a big part of my sobriety and staying focused.
He needs this place, and so do countless others.
It has had a big impact, and with this staying open, we continue to help people.
The Appalachian Artisan Center had no choice but to rebuild.
We're determined from the beginning to put things back, but at times we didn't know what a challenge that was going to be, and it still is.
This week, workshops return. Pottery wheels whirl, and wood is worked, bringing art back into a heartbroken community.
We're back up and running, and we can see some light at the end of the tunnel.
In Hindman, Megan Mannering, LEX 18 News.
Well, tonight's Positively LEX 18 is a hook, line, and sinker.
We take you down to the water to reel in a whopping story. Okay, we'll stop. Come with us to a Boyle County pond to learn all about a man's final wish for fish. That's next on LEX 18 News at 6.
Could your home use a little more wow factor? Smart lights, smart thermostat, smart everything. Bluegrass Home Entertainment can integrate many of your home's technologies to be controlled by just your phone, and they'll match any box store price. So, are you ready to be wowed?
Hit a grand slam at Don Franklin Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. During the Make This the Summer sales event, get over $11,000 off MSRP on the 2023 Ram 1500 Bighorn Lone Star, or drive away in the new 2023 Jeep Grand Cherokee Laredo for as low as $44,269. Stop by today at Don Franklin Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram.
So why do people come to Burke Furniture right here in Lexington? Because Burke has everything you'll need for your home. With a huge selection of bedrooms, dining rooms, recliners, even mattresses. And most items are in stock and ready to be delivered. Combine that with the best service around, and you've got every reason you need to shop Burke Furniture. Plus, right now, 0% financing is available. So that's why Burke is Lexington's go-to furniture store. Come see us today, because a beautiful home begins at Burke.
These new scratch-offs from the Kentucky Lottery will get you moving.
With the average age of vehicles driving on the road climbing to an all-time record high of 12.5 years, it's important now more than ever to have your Toyota checked by factory-trained technicians using genuine Toyota parts. Let Green's Toyota of Lexington Service Department keep you on the road during our Road Trip Savings event, going on now at your dealer of choice for over 50 years.
Great people, great cars, great Greens.
Arby's, 2 for $7 every day. Arby's crispy classic chicken sandwich. 2 of those things for just $7. Arby's, we have the meat.
Could your home use a little more wow factor? Smart lights, smart thermostat, smart everything. Bluegrass Home Entertainment can integrate many of your home's technologies to be controlled by just your phone, and they'll match any box store price. So, are you ready to be wowed?
You're watching LEX 18 News at 6.
With this heat, maybe we wish we were fishing in a pond or near a cold body of water.
Yeah, you know, the heat didn't scare some fishermen away, especially one revisiting a hobby from his earlier days. LEX 18's Austin Pollock follows along as Tony Lewis celebrates his special day.
Sitting by the water is a sure way to knock down Mother Nature's thermostat.
Going over here.
Even just a few notches.
I didn't go very far.
That's fishing. It takes a lot of patience. And one man with a wealth of knowledge is Tony Lewis.
Oh, I won't go no further than that.
With a rod in one hand, you can cast to find perfection. But just take it all in and have a good drink.
Here's your favorite thing in the world.
Well, almost his favorite.
Probably my grandkids.
Your grandkids.
Yeah.
It's been about 3 years since Tony last went fishing.
11 pounds.
11 pounds?
It was catfish.
Catfish.
Who knows if the fish are biting, but today he's able to reel in a piece of his past, thanks to Walker's Trail Senior Living's Live a Dream program.
Family really does come to us to live. We want to make sure that they continue to, live out their dreams dreams, and that's just what we're doing today.
And fishing. Yeah, it's about what you can catch, but it's more about the peace, tranquility, and that beverage that just hits on these dog days of summer.
It's cold.
He's easygoing, and we love him a lot, and we're glad that we're able to do this for him today.
It's been a good day for Tony, but what would make it an even better day?
Tony got a Go Tony!
In Danville,
I got one anyway.
Austin Pollock, LEX 18 News.
What a great day.
Yeah.
Well, those who love the heat and fishing in the heat might think our forecast is perfect.
Yeah, and that's a good thing because that heat and humidity is going to be sticking around for another few days. See more during Chief Meteorologist Bill Meck's forecast next on LEX 18 News at 6.
Part of the men's basketball team may be visiting a Kroger near you this weekend.
We talked to Reed Shepard and Justin Edwards about the La Familia Autograph Tour and the foundation it benefits tonight at 7:30.
Sponsored locally by CHI St. Joseph Health and Nissan.
Hey folks, it's Christmas in July at Patriot RV. Come be a part of our big clearance sale to liquidate all remaining 22 and 23 models. Prices won't be any lower than they are right now. It's always camping season at Patriot RV, so don't miss out.
From family get-togethers to weekend getaways, Ford vehicles help you get more out of your summer. And during the summer sales event, you can get a lot more for your money. On trucks that give you more power under the hood and in the bed. Innovative workspaces that let you be more productive. And more towing capacity to get more done. Now get $3,900 for $60 plus $500 low APR cash on 23 F-150 XLT and Lightning from your local Ford store. Where there's always more in store.
My faith guides me as governor and as a dad. I'm a deacon in my church, and I believe that all children are children of God. These attacks on me by Daniel Cameron are not true. I've never supported gender reassignment surgery for kids, and those procedures don't happen here in Kentucky. When I took office, I vowed to support parents, because as parents, we know what's best for our kids, not politicians in Frankfurt or Washington.
You deserve to save this summer, and there's no better time than during the Kia Summer Sales event here at Cartown Kia. Now, this is what vacation looks like to me. Saving on the new Seltos, lease for just $349 down and $349 per month, or drive for less with the 2023 Forte, lease for just $299 down and $299 per month. Your summer starts when you save. Visit us during the Kia Summer Sales event at Cartown Kia and CartownKiaUSA.com.
Hey folks, it's Christmas in July at Patriot RV. Come be a part of our big clearance sale to liquidate all remaining 22 and 23 models. Prices won't be any lower than they are right now. It's always camping season at Patriot RV, so don't miss out.
It is my honor and my pleasure and my joy to introduce to you our meteorologist, Bill Meck.
Oh, you got to say it the whole right way.
News. Our chief meteorologist, Bill Meck.
You know, I did a little ciphering back there.
Yeah.
And we started together January 27th, 1999 on this program.
Wow.
Figure 200 times a year as an average amount of time. So this is roughly the 5,000th time we have done this. If you're keeping score at home,
and
that's not counting the other shows. And of those 5,000, you've only whapped me probably about, go ahead. Get it, thank you, a couple of hundred times. So here we go. Let's talk about all this. And you see the Max Track Live Doppler here, and it does have a couple little sprinkles over in western Anderson County, and that's about it. Here comes the heat. Just a few cooling storms around to cool us off the next few days. And this is going to last into August, which, by the way, is next week if you're keeping score at home. So what we are looking at across the country, there are heat advisories going from Maine down to Arizona. That turns into excessive heat over in Arizona for us. That heat advisory that you see, that is for Friday. Why? Because the heat index numbers are going up into the low 100s. Thursday and Friday, you see those numbers. Even Saturday is going to flirt with it. take it easy. If you got to mow the grass, do it early in the day if you can, before the heat really gets going. A little bit of reprieve on Sunday. Records likely not in jeopardy. We're forecasting the highest temperatures Friday in the mid-90s. That's also the highest record going back to 1930. But it may not be record, but it's still going to be really hot, so drink plenty of water. These are common sense things. We talk about them all the time. Truthfully, electrolytes in the water are a little bit better than just plain water for a lot of folks, so keep that in mind. Sunscreen, light, loose-fitting clothes, shade, air conditioning. Take breaks if you have to be outside. Temperatures flirting with 90. Richmond right at that 90 mark. Hazard continues to be at 90. We see Moorhead's at 89. Liberty's 86. Monticello is 89. Over in Georgetown, it's 84 at the moment. East side of Lexington's 88. South side over there at Clay's Ferry is 88. Bluegrass Airport also at 88 after a high today of 91. That heat index still in the low 70s, though, thanks to that high dew point. 7 o'clock this evening, clouds are around. Could be a stray sprinkle, but as we continue through the night, a little cluster of thunderstorms is a possibility. A lot of modeling really saying that, hey, this is a pretty good possibility as a low-level jet cranks up tonight. There's an old boundary sitting here. So the possibility of folks, especially north of 64, could hear a rumble of thunder. It's certainly there. We go Thursday on into Friday, and the heat dome really is in place at this point, and that keeps the storms at bay on Friday. But this overall pattern begins to get a little more conducive to isolated storm development. And so with that in mind, as we look toward Saturday, a little better chance for storms. With that, we had a Bills Weather 101 today. A special summer version. We're at the Boys and Girls Club of Lexington, and you see these wonderful kids. These were anywhere from kindergarten on up through 7th grade. That's Noah right over there, and Cameron right behind him. So again, wonderful kids with today's Bills Weather 101. All righty, tonight, you've got a sky that's partly cloudy. You can't rule out an isolated thunderstorm later tonight. It's warm and humid regardless. We're in the mid-70s. Most of that storm chance late. Tomorrow's storm chance is early. Get that out. Partly to mostly sunny. It's hot and humid. We're in the low 90s. Mid-90s on Friday. Should be a lot of sunshine. Isolated afternoon storms both Saturday and Sunday with highs staying in the 90s, and the heat lasts into next week.
Some of the Kentucky men's basketball players are about to embark on an autograph tour this weekend. It's going to be a fundraiser for Kentuckians in need. We have the details, and you'll hear from some of the Wildcats next in LEX 18 Sports.
Here's what's on tonight on LEX 18. Sponsored by the pros at Fast Flow Plumbing, your neighborhood plumbing experts.
Central Kentucky is hot, and you're still driving around with bad AC, or worse, a check engine light. Why fix it when you can forget it at Paul Miller Auto Outlet? We'll buy your car no matter what condition it's in. Trade in your old car and choose from over 180 quality pre-owned vehicles. All makes and models, all fully inspected, with many under 20 grand, and financing for everyone. Get a cool ride for the hot summer before the vehicle you want is sold.
Everybody saves big at Paul Miller Auto Outlet.
There's no such thing as someone else's child.
The radical left has declared war on parents, and Andy Bashir is with them. Bashir supports making it easier for children to get abortions without telling their parents. He supports allowing schools to refer children to psychological treatment without telling parents. Bashir even supports allowing school employees to secretly help children change genders without telling their parents. Andy Bashir, putting liberal politics over parents.
Andy Bashir backs Joe Biden's failing agenda. But what about Bashir's own far-left record? Bashir launched a partisan takeover of Kentucky schools, dissolving the entire Board of Ed, and then packing the new board with his political donors. And worse, Bashir ordered the early release of nearly 1,900 convicts. More than 800 faced new criminal charges, including kidnapping, murder, and child sex abuse. Andy Bashir, he's not looking out for us.
Gates Nissan on the bypass in Richmond.
Last week, week, Mayfield suffered a terrible flooding event just about a year and a half after being hit with a tornado. And like they always seem to do, the UK basketball team is stepping forward to help out that community, but they also need your help. Some of the UK basketball team will be doing autograph sessions at Kroger locations around Kentucky. The La Familia Autograph Tour is this weekend with stops on Friday in Somerset and Shelbyville, Saturday in Louisville and Shelbyville, and Sunday in Lexington and Versailles. $60 going to get you an item signed by all the guys in attendance, with a portion of proceeds benefiting the Mayfield Flood Relief Mission to provide aid, and the event sponsors, Kroger and Simple Truth, kicking in as well.
It means a lot, especially being from Kentucky, being able to give back to the communities that need it, and be able to, while we're doing that, be able to interact with the fans. So there's no better way to do that than give back to people that need it and interact with Kentucky fans at the same time.
We just think of probably like the best idea to help out, just like what we want to do. And I think this time is to go out there and, see all the fans and show them that they have our support.
You'll hear more from the players on BBN tonight. Now, the Bengals started off preparations for the 2023 season with the first day of training camp up in Cincinnati. Our Eli Gain was there to see how they looked and has more from the Queen City.
Well, training camp is officially underway for the 2023 version of the Cincinnati Bengals, a franchise that has been to back-to-back AFC championship games. Of course, they made a Super Bowl appearance a couple of years ago. Earlier this week, Zach Taylor was asked, what is the edge that Cincinnati is going to be looking for this year to take them over the hump? Well, he said they don't want to manufacture any sort of edge, that it's just going to come to them. And that all starts today here on the practice field in Cincinnati when training camp has officially begun.
Well, there's things that we've covered internally as a team, things that we want to focus on to get out of this training camp and, to continue to push our own guys. But again, they've all come in with a really good mindset, chomping at the bit to get that out there on the field like we did this morning. And so, again, we'll just take it day to day right now with all these guys.
These guys are excited to be back. Everyone's chomping at the bit, ready to go. It's a long training camp. There's going to be intensity on that field, but we have a bond in the locker room that's unbreakable, and that's going to translate on some days, and that's the most important thing at the end of the day. We're going to continue to get better on the field, but that's what wins you games.
So we are about a month and a half from that first game of the 2023 season. The Bengals are going to start it on the road. They'll travel to Cleveland on September 10th to face the Browns. From Cincinnati, I'm Eli Gain, LEX 18 Sports.
Thank you, Eli. Before that, the Bengals will have a joint practice with the Green Bay Packers August 9th, and then the teams will match up on Friday, August 11th at 7 o'clock in a preseason game. The season opener, like he said, is in Cleveland on September 10th. LEX 18 News. We'll be right back.
Hi, Shane Huffman with Neil Huffman Chevy Buick GMC in Frankfort, where this month on GMC Sierras, we have interest rates as low as 0.9% financing, and we have discounts and savings up to $9,000. This is all going on now at Neil Huffman Chevy Buick GMC in Frankfort. Huffman has it.
Celebrate Hats Off to Kentucky's Horse Industry Day, Saturday, July 29th at the Kentucky Horse Park. A fun afternoon of free activities, including pony rides for children, horse rides for adults, an exciting show jumping competition, and much more. Thanks to Central Bank, admission is free.
At Bath Fitter, every quality bath starts with quality people. Our consultants help fit your style with hundreds of design options. Our installers help fit your schedule with work completed in as little as a day. Our manufacturing team helps fit your standards with custom baths that are guaranteed for life. When you can trust the people who create your new bath, it just fits. Bath Fitter. Call today for your free quote and receive no interest until 2028.
Hit a grand slam at Don Franklin Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. During the Make This the Summer sales event, get over $11,000 off MSRP on the 2023 Ram 1500 Bighorn Lone Star. Or drive away on the new 2023 Jeep Grand Cherokee Laredo for as low as $44,269. Stop by today at Don Franklin Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram.
I've worked in Kentucky most of my life, and there's more jobs here than I've ever seen. Governor Beshear has been great for business. The magnitude of industry that's come to Southern Kentucky, companies are coming in, and there's so many job opportunities. Good-paying jobs at battery plants, small businesses, and industrial facilities. The wages are up because the jobs are up. He's getting things done, and that's what matters. Beshear has been great for business. I'm a Republican. I did not support Andy Beshear the first time. He's got my vote this time around.
Get a grand slam at Kentucky's #1 Hyundai dealer, Don Franklin Hyundai. Drive away in the all-new Hyundai Sonata SE sedan as low as $26,870. Or get 4.49% APR for 60 months on select Hyundai Santa Cruz models. Hurry into Don Franklin Lexington Hyundai.
The value of nurses and midwives in our community cannot be overstated. There are front lines. There are protectors. At Frontier Nursing University, we're proud of the care our students and alumni offer. For more information, visit frontier.edu.
Hi, Shane Huffman with Neil Huffman Chevy, Buick, GMC in Frankfort, where this month on GMC Sierras, we have interest rates as low as 0.9% financing, and we have discounts and savings up to $9,000. This is all going on now at Neil Huffman Chevy, Buick, GMC in Frankfort. Huffman has it.
Hey, we want to remind you guys that my leave of absence starts in about an hour. I'll be gone for a while, taking care and planning some things and just all that kind of stuff. So carry on.
My wayward son?
Do good. I'll be watching. No matter where I am, I'll be watching.
Because you always do.
Because we have the app.
Exactly. Yeah, you're always on the app watching. You're complimenting us on our ties and
I know.
me and Bill are 80s references, the dad jokes. And
bad dad
There was one that just slid in there in case you hadn't caught it.
I missed it.
Okay, that's fine. There we got it. It was fine.
Anyway, but just thank you all again. Keep you posted on what's happening in my life and around the world on social media. But sincerely, I want to thank you for watching all these years and through stuff good and bad. And it's been an honor. It's been an honor. So thank you.
Awesome.
Thank you, guys.
All right.
Thank you.
And we know Lester Holtz, if he were here, he would also say thank you.
In fact, that may be the lead story tonight.
Maybe.
He'll probably go, who's Nancy?
LEX 18, streaming local news 24/7. Search for LEX 18 on your device.